Urban development is the social, cultural, economic, and physical development of our cities. By getting urban development right, we are able to create jobs and, in the process, offer better livelihoods, increase economic growth, improve social inclusion, promote the advancement of our living standards, and reduce both urban and rural poverty. Today, the first Monday in October, St. Kitts and Nevis joins the global community as it celebrates World Habitat Day, a day recognized by the United Nations through its program UN Habitat, which is a venture that supports matters of urban development. The theme for this year's celebration of World Habitat Day is Mind the Gap, Leave No One and Place Behind. Globally, looking at the problem of growing inequalities and challenges in cities and human settlements, we want to draw attention to growing vulnerabilities that have been impacted by the Triple C's crisis: COVID-19, climate change, and conflict. The pandemic and recent conflicts have reversed years of progress made in the fight against poverty, in particular urban poverty. Therefore, tackling urban poverty and inequality have become an urgent priority. Governments play a frontline role in responding to crises and emergencies, as well as planning for an inclusive, resilient, and green future. To prepare urban areas for future catastrophes, we must start with our cities. Thus, action and implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals is more important than ever. The future of our country depends on our government and civil organizations and communities, academic institutions, the private sector, and all relevant stakeholders working together to create sustainable and inclusive urban areas. Urban areas are now home to slightly more than half of the world's 7 billion people. There's no difference to our local situation, where urban areas, Bastyr, Sandy Point, Keyon, and Charlestown, account for over half of our population. Hence, the importance of the Urban Development Unit, which was established to set and implement new standards and policies for sustainable urban development. The intention is really to rethink how we plan, manage, and live in our urban centers. The policies and projects which have been designed by the Urban Development Unit bring forth a roadmap or plan for communities within Bastyr, Sandy Point, Keyon, Charlestown, and they will serve as engines of prosperity and centers of cultural and social well-being while protecting our precious environment. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis, through the Urban Development Unit, is committed to 7 principles. 1. Providing basic services for all citizens, including housing, water, sanitation, healthcare. 2. Ensuring that all citizens have access to equal opportunities and face no discrimination. 3. Promote measures that support a cleaner St. Kitts and Nevis. 4. Strengthen resilience in cities to reduce the risk and the impact of disasters. 5. Fully respect the rights of migrants. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has recognized that migration poses challenges, but it also brings significant contributions to urban life. We appreciate the Latino, Jamaican, Haitian, and Guyanese community, especially those well established right here in Bastyr. 6. Improve connectivity and support innovative and green initiatives. Number 7. Promote safe, accessible, and green public spaces. In other words, human interaction should be facilitated by urban planning, which is why the Urban Development Unit calls for an increase in public spaces such as sidewalks, gardens, squares, and parks. Independence Square is an ideal example of a green space, and the Urban Development Unit, along with other partners, will commit to managing and maintaining this important heritage site. This week, October 2nd to 7th, 2022, we will be celebrating Urban Development Week with planned activities to include a church service on Sunday 2nd at the Unique Touch Center in Sandy Point. On Monday 3rd, the Minister's Address. On Tuesday 4th, cleanup campaign at our adopted space in an urban center. On Wednesday 5th, various media appearances. On Thursday 6th, Professional Career Day with second form geography students and professionals whose career depend on geography. And on Friday 7th, a demonstration project at the Independence Square. I take this opportunity to invite each of you to participate in Urban Development Week and also to become familiar with the issues and workings of the Urban Development Unit. All of us are encouraged to engage and join the conversation regarding urban development, urban renewal, urban revitalization, and climate resilience. It therefore gives me great pleasure to officially open Urban Development Week 2022.